All right, here we go for F. Determine, multiply, subtract, check, bring down in box, and repeat, and remainder. Okay. 4 goes into, 4 times what goes into 9 without going over. I've determined that 4 times 2. Remember, we got 939 Smarties, and we're trying to figure out how many each group of kings, my 4 kings, get. 4 times 2 is 8. I slide down that chute. I've multiplied. Now I go ahead and subtract. Nine minus 8 is 1. I check to make sure that I can't share anymore. Remember, if I've made a mistake, this number is going to be bigger than the 4. That means I have to start over. Okay, my number 1 is less than 4. I don't have enough to share. My king is happy. So my check checks out. Now I bring down my next number place value. I box my 13. And that 9 and that 3 are now dead to me. I don't use those anymore. I've used them. I've subtracted here, and I've brought that 3 down. Remember, this 9 is still open and available. Can I repeat? Well, I can now share. 13 is bigger than my 4 kings. I can share to my kings, and I still have these 2 open spots. So I now come up. 4 times what gets me close to 13? Again, we're done with this 93, so this almost becomes our new dividend. 4 times what gets me close to 13 without going over? That's 4 times 3. 4 times 3, so I've determined that 3 works. 4 times 3 is 12. I'm now multiplying. Slide down the chute. 4 times 3 is 12. That's 2 in the 1. I subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. I'm going to just hold that there for the place value. I go to my check. My 1 is less than 4. So unless I made some sort of math error, that should work. Okay. It's less than, I can't share out to my kings. So I bring down in box. I'm going to bring down my 9. I'm going to box my 19. I'm just boxing that 0 again just to help me remember my place values that I've used them. And I now know I'm done with the 9. The 9 is now dead to me, as is this 13. Okay? I've shared out this place value. I've shared out this place value, and now I'm about to share out this place value. Okay? And again, now I repeat because I know 19 can share out. It's bigger than that king. And I still have this part of the quotient that I can still work with. Okay. 4 times what gets me close to 19 without going over? 4 times 4 is 16. Door times door equals 6 queen 16. 4 times 5 is 20. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 4 is closest. 4 times 4 is 16. So I've determined that 4 works. I've determined that I've multiplied. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. I check. 3 is less than 4. So unless I did something wrong with my math, that's less than the divisor. It's less than my groups. I'm going to bring down, but I don't have anything to bring down. I'm going to box my remainder. I know since I didn't bring anything down, nothing has changed here, so I can't group out. I have nothing left, so I bring up my remainder. So it's 234 with a remainder of 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and circle that. Okay. We come back over to letter G. Again, the same thing. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw. Divide, multiply, subtract. Check, bring down, and box, repeat, and remainder. 4 times what goes into 8 without going over? 2. So again, I start in this first place value. Four times 2 is 8. Slide down the chute. So I've determined, I've multiplied, now I'm subtracting. 8 minus 8 is 0. I've shared out this hundredths place value. It is less than the 4. My king is happy. I have nothing to share out. Bring down my 4. I love seeing a 4 when my divisor's a 4. My head already starts to work. I box my 4, and I'm boxing that 0. Remember, I don't have to say it, but I'm boxing it just to remember the place value spot that I used. And this 8 and this 4 are now dead to me. Okay. Repeat. Yes, 4, I can share out to 4 people. I love that. So I can go ahead and start over. I've determined that 4 times what gets me close to 4? That's an easy one. 4 times 1, and I slide down my chute, as Danny would do. Multiply there. Subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. I check. 0 is less than 4. Can't share anything out. My king is happy. Bring down that 8. Box it. Again, just don't have to say the 0, but I go ahead and box it anyways. And now this 8 is dead to me, as is this 4. Can I repeat? Yes, I know that I can share out the 8. I love that because 4 goes into 8. So I know I can repeat. I also have this quotient. This part of the quotient is available. All right. 4 times what gets me close to 8? Four times 2 gives me 8. Multiplied, I determined that 4 times 2 goes into 8. 4 times 2 is 8. I now subtract 8 minus 8, which gives me a nice clean 0. I check. I know 0 is less than 4. I can't share out. I have nothing to bring down. I box my remainder. Even though there's nothing there, we're doing it just to build the habit. And I know I can't repeat. I haven't had to bring anything down, so my 0 is still the same. I can bring that remainder up. 212 with a remainder of 0. Okay, on to the next.